Hello and welcome to Dharma with Kai, a healing channel to grow in the unforeseen and unexpected. Not all the time, only at times. So I know you're going to get so excited when I tell you that there is no disclaimer to this episode that you're listening to. Winter Wellness is only giving some insightful suggestions that are going to allow you the wisdom to navigate through dismantling narcissistic relationships yourself. The process is not easy, and hopefully you have learned that it is no ideal timeline in valuing yourself during the devaluation of the damage some of these individuals or their circle have done. The greatest thing in healing is trusting in the transitions. Now, listen, this does take some time, and it is more than a seasonal inventory, since many of these relationships that have been in your life for so long are embedded in countless details that you have been overclouded to filter into your life. Now is the time to filter all of those details out. Don't give up once you begin this. Once you have assessed the relationships in the tainted picture of your life, it is going to astonish you how many of these individuals that you won't ever spend time with or disclose that you even had given them the title of relation to your sacred life anyhow. Each of us only has one life to live, no matter how many stories that we attempt to narrate to others in order to make sense to ourselves through the trauma of these relationships. When I'm talking to someone about these things, it is important. That's why I also recommend that you don't rely solely on friends or support groups to go through some of these moments alone. Generational traditions are not all bad. There are some good times to always reminisce over. However, it is important to never impose everything to go back to the way that it was. I have a niece and nephew that are going to arrive at any moment in the first of the new year. I have began to look at my plans to create their room and bungalow, which is exciting, and I needed a new office anyhow. The only thing that is dreadful is the generational disengagement from the elder community to not understand the ultimate reason to remain stern on being authentic as opposed to attracting favor. If I don't protect them without the new way of gaining or obtaining belief without a trail, whether law is involved or not, who is? Exactly. I'm glad I was able to come to my true senses prior to forfeiting the opportunity to keep them safe. I am always grateful to the wonderful people in my life that taught me good and bad lessons. It is only sad that due to the control, I won't ever have the necessary endurance or strength to let them now know that what they've done was valuable. And that's due to the competitive society. I always try to stray away from any attention, especially within media or communication. Your deprogramming in your life that you have envisioned for yourself without being invalidated from environments or people that create barriers in your life is the most important. The end to not needing these environments or people is having a new chance at being able to operate your own operating system without the wrong commands from others. It is like driving or handling your own precious equipment. Do you like having someone driving or operating for you as a co-pilot? Most likely, you'll never say always. You're going to say yes, and then it's going to not ever seem abnormal after a while to have these desires change. No one enjoys someone telling them what, when, where, and how to do something, or likes to disclose every minute detail of how to get it done. Do not utilize another book or toolkit to solve the plans in your life. It keeps getting you stuck. Enjoy whatever comes your way and constantly ignore any defenses that others give you. They only don't like you coming into your own way of showing up for yourself. I am definitely not an expert when it comes to this because I'm navigating toxic relationships from different avenues. I am only able to appropriately navigate them without a large effort from others. Social escapes, numbing, hinging onto, or latching codependent defaults, which allows me to tap into my knowledge, agility, and emotion and physical to conquer any bad people, places, or things, whether it is personal or professional encounters. It is crucial to develop a true understanding of trauma without enabling others to continue systematically damaging others. The generational pause that I have to place to heal appropriately and view life for what it is was necessary. Throughout my podcast, you're going to listen to episodes that make you reflect. And sometimes with anything that you do, whether it's reading, going through the motions, or daily routines that you have to contribute to, your perspectives is going to alter. Dharma with Kai has equipped me essentially to allocate instead of advancing. I would not ever neglect the obvious issues that still pose as a demand that would leave an individual vulnerable. That is the process of healing. Keep the faith and trust in the process, and don't ever defend yourself against your decisions. Don't ever go backwards. Also, even if it is not your dream or your family or personal investment, learn to embrace others before degrading them. Support the process, never lose hope. Essentially, after time, you'll understand that is where the peace in binding yourself with others in and out of your life resides. Find wellness this winter and never wonder about the unknown. Don't forget that even though it gets darker earlier and the air is cold, and you may feel full around people and empty in where you lie or who lies next to you, grab yourself a good ear, revert to your holistic approach to attune to yourself, a blanket, and hot chocolate, and find comfort in your good and bad moments. That is ultimately the only good life without the inconsistencies of the world at large. I want to thank you for listening to Dharma with Kai. It was awesome to have an opportunity to do some work outside of work on my own, leading me to create this YouTube channel. Trust in your intuition. Until next time, protect your peace.